Hello, everyone. It is November 1st. It's about 9 o'clock here at night, Central Time. And the big news right now is that Ethereum is pumping against Bitcoin. We've been seeing the opposite, Bitcoin going up, Ethereum staying there where it is. They're trading a little bit in tandem, but now we're seeing the opposite happen, a real sustained move. We're going to look at that. First, I wanted to point out my Halloween special on Phantasma yesterday. I'm having a little giveaway here, 1,000 kcal. It's about $8 right now, but we're going to have two winners. And all you got to do is retweet this post right here. I'll put a link to it in the show notes below. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe here on YouTube. And two random winners I'll be announcing on November 4th, assuming the world still exists after the election. I was reading today, I don't think we're going to have a winner. I know we've been waiting for this day and we're hoping it's all going to be over soon, but it's looking pretty likely that a lot of these states, like swing states like Pennsylvania, will be counting votes forever. So, we're going to be seeing probably some, long drawn out process regarding this vote counting. Now let's look at Ethereum. Now this is Ethereum-BTC. This is not in US dollars. This is Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. Look at that breakout there. And that's pretty sustained. These are like half-hour candles here. So this has been going on for several hours, and it looks like the bears on ETH-BTC are running for the hills right now. And I think people are starting to look beyond the election a little bit. Everyone wants to be ahead of everyone else. They want to get into that trade. And that makes me wonder, is alt season here? Because if we look at some of the others, we've got Chainlink up 3%, similar to Ethereum at 3.4% up right now. XRP up almost 1%. Stellar similarly up 1%. Bitcoin seems to be toppy here. It seems to be topping out at about 13.8. while the alts rise. So that's pretty interesting. It sounds like maybe some of that money that people made in Bitcoin, they're taking the profits there, and now they want to move into the next thing, which is the rise of the alts that is sure to happen next. And so, of course, it's going to happen a little earlier than you might think because, everyone's got to be one step ahead of everyone else. And so, it's possible something could happen still. I think that there's still a possibility that Trump could win, and that could bring down, some of these that are maybe counting on more inflation under a Biden administration. Who knows, though, because, a Republican Senate could possibly block, as they've been doing, large amounts of aid or whatever that people are imagining will be given out, similarly to what we're seeing, for example, in Germany, where they're giving out, 75% of the income to these companies that have to be shut down. So the inflation play, people are definitely counting on that. And that's, I think, why a lot of these prices are up. But Ethereum is a whole different story, right? Ethereum has had this major shift where it's going from an inflationary currency, which it still is. But, if EIP 1559 passes, then it will become actually deflationary because the amount of Ethereum that's burned in the fees will be greater. And we all know that Ethereum has an enormous amount of fees. There are so many more transactions on the Ethereum network than there are on Bitcoin. And I really think, and this is not financial advice, but my opinion is that if you look at what's happening with Bitcoin, you see the quotes in the news, you see the people talking, and these are clearly people that should not be investing in Bitcoin. They think it's bulletproof. They think it's like, you can't possibly lose money on this. There's nothing wrong that could ever go wrong with, Bitcoin. And when you start hearing people just acting like Satoshi is a god or whatever, you got to wonder if they realize like that 2008 technology or whatever is not going to last forever. Bitcoin is not adapting. Its consensus model has really shown that it can adapt. That's why we have all these Bitcoin derivatives or whatever. And unfortunately, the long block time, 6 confirmations and all of that stuff, and using all the world's resources for mining, that is just not sustainable. And I'm sorry, but the future is, I think, with Ethereum and not with Bitcoin. And so to me, this looks like smart money. This looks like people who maybe are starting to listen to developers. They're listening to where the people are actually going to spend their money. Yeah, I mean, if everyone agrees that Bitcoin is digital gold and we all keep playing that game, that's, then it will be, and I guess that's a possibility. But I think it's more likely that Ethereum, especially with the transition to staking, and everyone's going to want to have, their 32 Ethereum or maybe 64, they're going to want to stake 2 if possible on one laptop or whatever it is. That's going to be the new Bitcoin mining like it was a long time ago, and the boomers can keep all the Bitcoin and when they're in their retirement funds or whatever. But I think Ethereum is where the money's going to be made, and in alts. So speaking of alts, let's go look. I think we're seeing a little bit of a recovery here, and I kind of go right to Ultra. Look at Ultra. It just has had such a run here. Congratulations to anyone who got in on that. And I think that excitement is for the mainnet, which I believe they're saying. I keep looking at the Telegram group to understand why this rally is happening in Ultra. And it looks like they're still saying end of year for their mainnet launch. And that could be an amazing thing, especially if they have a lot of big partnerships and big games, big names that are going to run on that mainnet. That could be an amazing thing. So that, I think, is what's behind the rally, the end of year, or EOY, you keep seeing in the chat room there, launch for their mainnet. And so let's talk about what's coming for this channel. I'm not going to dwell on this too long. We've got interviews coming up starting this week. This is only the 4th episode. But starting this week, we're going to start doing interviews. The first one will be with Vincent from, he's the one who made the Poltergeist wallet, and now he's doing self-minting with the NFTs, and that should be launching very soon on Phantasma, and that's really exciting. And I'm hoping that, that's something that's going to be coming for this channel, is that when Phantasma does this self-minting, that we'll be able to do like a weekly airdrop, and the low fees will make it possible. I couldn't do that for every subscriber or whatever it is. If I had to do it on Ethereum or something like that. But with Phantasma, I think this could be a lot of fun. And so we'll have some way to sign up for that. And yeah, so we're going to talk to artists, developers starting this week, anyone in the NFT space. If you have recommendations, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. And I really appreciate it that you're tuning in, subscribing, and love to hear what you think about Ethereum. Is this breakout? Let's look at this breakout again. Do you think this can be sustained like this? Is it going to keep going up? Is this like a trend reversal? Because we have gone down quite a ways, right? If we just compare this particular pair, ETH-BTC, do you think this is going to come back down? Do you think you should sell this? Or do you think that maybe this is a bit of a trend reversal and that we are moving into alt season? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you soon.